and jump down to the 2/3 of the way down and says, what if they insist that we sack the guy? I want you to fire that girl. Right? Right? Now, first of all, let me ask you. I've seen this happen in a hospital. An upset family member. I want that nurse to come over here and apologize to me right now. And the supervisor says, sir, please accept my apology. I will speak to the nurse later on. How can I help you? No, I want that nurse to come over here personally and apologize to me right now. Sir, please, that's my job. I'm the supervisor here on the floor. I promised you I will talk to her in a moment. How can I help you? That's not good enough. I want that staff to come over here and apologize to me right now. You're the supervisor. What do you do? Do you bring that staff over? No. Heck no. Okay, you have a responsibility to protect and maintain the dignity of your staff as well as take care of your customer. Right? So then you would say, sir, I'm sorry, that's not appropriate. I will be working with the staff later on. My job now is to take care of you. Okay. So what if they insist that you sack something? You reply, a copy of your letter has been shown to the staff member concerned. Right? Who has been, whatever you want to say. No! Who said that? Ayo! Bong, bong. Jamaica rule, man. Come on. Who has been coached, who has been counseled, who will be carefully supervised, who has been sent for additional retraining or training, right? Something that's constructive and positive, and whose performance will be carefully monitored to ensure that, and whose performance will now be carefully monitored to ensure that, similar incidents don't reoccur, I know. To ensure that she delivers to you the high quality of service that you expect and richly deserve. Positive. Jamaica rule. Okay, now I just did that in a very flowery way. But you get it? You get it? Okay. Okay, let's finish up this page. What if they say to you, you know, dear president of the company, but you're the one who's going to reply? Yeah, then you say a copy of, you know, your letter addressed to our chairman, right? Right? Or, your letter has been read by our chairman, who has asked that I reply on her behalf. Your letter, you know, has been addressed, who has asked that I reply on his behalf. Now, the truth is, did the president read the letter? No. But do you remember algebra? Did any of you study algebra? The only thing I remember in algebra is that if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. That's called the transitive property in algebra, right? By the transitive property of employment, if you work for a manager who works for a senior manager who appoints to a director who reports to the president, then if you read the letter, he read the letter. Okay, so you can fudge that. Okay, or you can just say, your letter addressed to my chairman has been forwarded to me to reply on her behalf. Okay? When should you call? When should you fax? When should you email? Well, number one is if they ask you to. Please call me, and then don't write. But before you call, do you think it might be helpful to take a moment and run through the outline yourself? Yeah, get your language organized, right? Now, don't expect in a phone call that it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, they're going to go, excuse me, you go, shut up, I'm only on 4. Okay? But if you understand the value dimension, it can be really good to get in there and make sure that they know that you know what's important. Then you can go down through the other things, okay? If they fax, you fax. If they email, you email. If they write, you write. Okay? Somebody asked me about comment cards yesterday. What if you have little feedback forms on the counter and they write something and they give you their email address? You know, you don't have to write this great big long thing back to them if they didn't write a great big long thing. If they did, and some people do, then go ahead and write. But otherwise, you can use very small, very quick, thank you so much for your comment. We really appreciate the feedback. It's hearing from customers like you that allow us to continuously improve the quality of service and products that we provide. Rest assured that we'll be taking at you, blah, 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 blah. Just keep it generic, but send it. So they feel like, oh, how many feedback forms have you filled out and you never heard from the company? right? So you can be the one that stands out by doing something like that. Okay, let's finish up here. Should we try to increase or recover the loyalty of every customer? The answer is yes, we should try, but if they turn out to be jerks, let them go. And in some cases, like with the banks, if it turns out they are not profitable customers, just because they're customers doesn't mean you want to keep them. Now, you don't want to lose them unhappy. You want to help them migrate to some other place where they can get what they need because there are other businesses that may be designed to serve them in a profitable manner. Example, Mr. Lee in Singapore, first-class passenger, Singapore Airlines, solitaire priority club member, right? Flies first class, that's where they make their money. He would get on board and eat all the caviar, and then write a letter, a comment card of complaint saying there's not enough caviar on board the plane. Fly again, write a complaint. Fly again, write a complaint. They actually started tracking, when does this guy fly? And they did an experiment. They put an extra tin of caviar on board one of his flights. You know what he did? Ate all the caviar and wrote a complaint. Even though they'd fed him more caviar than ever before, right? They were watching this. So they took the moment, sat down, they wrote a letter. Dear Mr. Lee, it appears that, first of all, thank you so much for being our loyal customer all these years. We really enjoy the opportunity to serve you on Singapore Airlines. It appears that despite our best efforts, we are not able to provide you with the service experience that you're seeking on board. In our interest to ensure that you enjoy your flights, may we share with you the names and phone numbers of other major airlines that fly on the routes that you frequently travel. Cathay Pacific, phone number. British Airways, phone number. Thai, phone number. And then it says, however, should you wish to join us on board and enjoy the level of service we are able to provide, we would be only too happy to welcome you back on board Singapore Airlines. Sincerely yours, Director of Customer. Well, now what are they doing? They say, get out of here. Right? But if you want to come with us the way we know, we're happy to have you. What do you think he did? He came right back on board. He was being jerky about something, and they said, come on. Right? See ya? Yeah, pushing his luck or just being a whinger. You've got one jerk. Sorry, jerks cannot highlight everyone. The jerk she wears Chanel. What can you expect?
Yeah, he's a man. Yeah.
Oh, it's a man? Oh, yeah. They're born jerks. Never mind. Okay. Are these rigid formulas that must be followed every time? No. In this class, yes. When you walk out of the class, no. You may adapt it.